offensively, we've got to score points. We don't score points right now, and it's very concerning. And, defensively, they can hang in there for a while, but when they're on the field so much, it makes it difficult for them. But we've been working hard on trying to fix all those problems.
Some of the positive things I saw in Greenwich 2 weeks ago, goal line stand early on in the game, the defense did really, really well, and then that one drive that went almost the full length of the field. What are other coaches to try to expand on those areas where the team performed well?
Well, I think, you're constantly working on trying to always improve and make. Frustrating thing for us is, at times we play phenomenal and other times we play very poorly. So we really can't get any sort of consistency, and it hurts how you coach a game and how you call a game on both sides of the ball. You're looking at the Greenwich game, we get a goal line stand and kick a field goal, it's 3-0. We come back and we go down the length of the field, we can't score, they score, make it 10-0, and then we're about to go into halftime at 10-0 and feel pretty good about ourselves. And with 2 seconds left, we let up a touchdown. So all that stuff is, it kind of chips away at the confidence of the team. So I just think, we're close right now. We just have to, these last 5 games, we have to play better, and it has to start tonight. This is a big one for us.
You've had to make some personnel adjustments coming into this game. Some players have had to step up into new roles tonight. How has that impacted your game plan, and what are some possible changes you guys have had to deal with?
Well, it definitely impacts the game plan because you've got some kids that are in new positions. You've got some kids who are going to have to go both ways. So right now, with the loss of Luke McDermott at safety, now we're going to start a senior there tonight at safety. Murph will start there for us, and Jeffrey Baez, and we'll have a new quarterback in tonight, which will be Isaac Dane, and you'll see some of him, and you'll also see some of Braden Jago there, who also was injured in this game. So last game, so we're moving around a lot of parts right now, and hopefully we can just again find something we like and kind of stick with it and be able to move the ball and hopefully play great defense because they're a very, very good offensive football team.
As bouncing off what you just said, them being a good team, coming in with a record of 4-1, tell us what Ludlowe brings to the table. What are some of their strengths and some of their key players?
Well, they have a phenomenal offense. Okay, the quarterback last name is Love. He's a young kid, but he's a special quarterback. He's a kid you can really build around. And they have a tailback that's tough as nails who does more in the passing game basically than he does in the run game. So you couple that with they have some really good receivers, and they are a high-scoring offense. I think defensively, they've shown at times to play well like us. And other times they give up some points. So hopefully tonight we can get them to a point where we can move the football, okay, and keep their offense off the field.
Matt Newsy, real estate keys to the game. What are a few things Trumbull's offense, you kind of touched on this a little bit, offense and defense need to do to get back on track and secure the win tonight?
Yeah, Jeff, we need to get some first downs here. We need to finish drives and score. We think we're averaging 12 points a game, which is just, to me, ridiculous. So, it's going to be tough sledding. We've got some new kids in some new positions. You start a new quarterback in the middle of the season. That's not easy to do. That'll be one key to the game. And can we slow down their offense? Can we make them uncomfortable in what they do? And we're working hard on showing some different looks and doing some different things, and hopefully we can make that happen.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck tonight, and enjoy the atmosphere following the senior night ceremony.
Thanks, Jeff.
X's and Petracios is presented by Matt Newsy, the local real estate expert and #1 RE/MAX realtor in Connecticut. Contact Matt anytime at 203-642-0341. Again, that's 203-642-0341.
This presentation of Trumbull Eagles football on 10 is sponsored by Dr. Lubna Khan's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull. With over 20 years of experience and countless perfect smiles, Dr. Khan offers both braces and Invisalign for the whole family. Schedule your complimentary exam today. And remember, the AAO recommends that your child first see an orthodontist at the age of 7.
He's breaking out! Live from McDougal Stadium, it's Trumbull Eagles football on 10. Tonight, your Trumbull Eagles face off against the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons in a boys FCAC football matchup. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeff Alterman, and joining me tonight once again, as she does every night, is Cece Ware. Cece, fresh off you being part of the senior night ceremony. Before we get to this game, tell us how cool was that to be part of that ceremony?
That was amazing. I honestly had so much fun. Thank you for everyone who made that possible. And senior night, I hope we get a big win tonight. It's going to be a very important game. So yeah, thank you guys for making that possible for me.
Cece was on the field freshman, sophomore, junior year. We stole her away up to the 10 network for her senior season, so she's part of the football program for 4 years, so we wanted to make sure you got to walk with all your teammates down there, so we're very happy you got to enjoy that. All right, so the Eagles just came out a few moments ago. Ludlowe just came out a few seconds ago. You can hear PA announcer Steve Spillane, and it'll be ready for the national anthem and coin toss in just a moment. Trumbull in their usual black jerseys, black pants, back to the gold helmets this year. Ludlowe, white jerseys, blue pants, and a blue helmet. We'll see if they do the coin toss. I think they're doing the coin toss first because I see the captains out there, along with one of the, it is Jane Ryan night here at McDougal Stadium. So we have a student from Jane Ryan will be our honorary captain out there with our usual group of captains. And for those of you watching on TCTV, if you can see the captain on the left side, that is senior quarterback and captain Caleb Wuczynski, who is not dressed tonight. If you remember in the game in Greenwich, he took a pretty hard hit. I believe it was towards the end of the first half and didn't finish the game. And unfortunately, he was not cleared medically to play in this game tonight. So it'll be an interesting mix with Isaac Dane's a junior, correct?
Yes.
Yep, so junior Isaac Dane, and there'll be a little other mixes in there as well. We'll point those out when those happen. I don't want to spoil anything just yet.
It's definitely going to be an interesting game without our third-year starting quarterback, but it's nothing that we can't do. Isaac Dane, the quarterback who has some experience playing in a few games this season and last season, so we'll see how he plays. And then we also have word that there's going to be some other unique mixes thrown into the game to maybe spark something on the offense.
Captain out there, number 70, Brody Hopkins. I got a good story about him. We were talking to the captains last week, and we were saying, what's something the touchdown club, within reason price-wise, that you guys could use that would help out? And Brody's answer was, you know how like in college in the NFL they have those nets for the kickers to warm up? To me, that's the sign of a captain. He didn't say, here's what I want. He's never going to kick a football in his life. And he said, I think we could get that for the kicker. Like, that's why his teammates elected him captain, for that sort of selflessness. All right, so coin toss just happened. We are waiting on the national anthem in just a moment.
And honestly, a kicking net would be really smart. We should get one of those because on the goalposts, there's no net or anything, and balls go flying at the hop of the fence.
Well, this would be like on, behind the bench,
line,
so they could warm up. And I'm sure we could say, if we ended up getting one of those, Coach Wojtek would be like, oh, great, something else to put in my truck to go to a road game. All right, national anthem time.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
I am impressed. That was an absolutely amazing rendition of the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
And that came from a high school, what did they say, sophomore,
Sophomore or junior, yeah,
oh
one of
my
those.
Goodness. There's a future Broadway star. So it is a very calm night right now. Pretty much no wind. 49 degrees at kickoff. We'll have to get some World Series updates during the game. Now, I'm a Red Sox fan, but my family is from Toronto, so I root for the Maple Leafs and the Raptors and all those other Toronto teams, including my Argonauts, who I talk about all the time. So I got a little soft spot for the Blue Jays, so I'll be rooting for them. I am a Red Sox fan, but I will be rooting for the Blue Jays in the World Series. But I don't think they first pitches until like 8-something.
Red Sox.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a Yankees fan, so can't agree on that.
How are you a Yankees and a Patriots fan, though? How do you root for one team from New York and one team from the Boston area?
It just like works. I don't know.
All right, so Ludlowe is going to be kicking off. Their backs are to Strobel Road. Trumbull's backs are to the Hillcrest side of McDougall. Again, basically no wind whatsoever. Beautiful, comfortable night, and it's finally feeling like fall football weather. All right, here we go. And here's the kickoff. It is low, and it comes down around the 10-yard line. I think that's Abaladejo who picks it up. He runs to the middle of the field, and then he's met at around the 15-yard line before he is brought down.
Yeah, you can see the Eagles are really pumped up. Like, this is a big senior night for them. They want to win. They're still hungry after their loss from Greenwich. So I'm excited. I see some energy on the sidelines. See how it goes.
So Trumbull takes over, officially spotted at the, I believe, right at the 15. They're on the far hash. We have 3 receivers set, 2 backs, I believe. Yep, and it is a handoff up the middle. No, it is a quarterback keeper, tries to toss it to his left side, and he's going to lose about 5 or 6 yards on that play. I believe the overwhelming majority of plays tonight for Trumbull are going to be on the ground without Caleb Buczynski on the field.
Yeah, and it was smart of Trumbull to run an option. I think we're going to see that a lot tonight. Fake the run and then go ahead and pitch it to another back. Again, a 2-back set with Isaac Dane. And
this time it is a handoff, quarterback keeper, and pitches it to his right side, and he gets past where he originally started the drive, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage for a first down to around the 30-yard line. So good run there by Trumbull.
Yeah, and that was almost the exact same play, just on the opposite side of the field, and that time they had a lot of success. I honestly think that the option is going to be a great thing for them. It'll get them throughout the field.
Yeah, the absence of a pass, or at least a
more experienced.
Yes, more experienced, more, stronger attack passing game. But still interesting. We have a 4 receiver set right now. Tripp's left. So I assume they're going to try to keep the passing game respected. We'll see what happens. Isaac Dane in at quarterback with Caleb Buczynski out. And it is a handoff up the middle. He is going to get the first down and a little bit more. Brings it up to almost the 45-yard line. So 2 good runs in a row now for Trumbull.
Yeah, we're working down the field. I think if we continue strong on this run game and have kind of the same success, we could score some points here.
I think it puts, the most important part of a football team, I always say, no matter what situation you're in, is the offensive line. But even more so tonight, knowing that they're going to be relying so much more on the running game, puts so much more pressure on the offensive line. Trips left, 4 receivers set. Isaac Dane moves his back to his other shoulder, to his left side now. And it is a handoff. This time he's met at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to lose maybe about a yard. So that'll bring up about 2nd and 11.
Stop made by the Falcons, number 25, Justin Saha.
The side judge originally took a step to the side, and then he just moved back. So the ball is at the 43-yard line right now. So 2nd and 10, actually. So that initial movement of the side judge was changed. 4 receivers set. One of the receivers is in that H-back position. And it is a fumble on the handoff, but it looks like the running back for Trumbull drops right on top of it. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, we definitely cannot have that if we're going to be continuously running it. But no, that was a good recovery by Braden Blank.
Keen Horn comes in for Braden Blank. Giovanni is lining up in the backfield now. He played running back, I believe, in his younger years here with Trumbull. He's in motion now. And Dane drops back, looking, tosses it in the air, has a receiver at the line of scrimmage, but swallowed up immediately. Got maybe a couple inches, if that. So that's going to bring up 4th down in a punting situation for the Eagles.
So what we saw in that first drive, we definitely saw some hope when it came to the option and some of the runs. I think they just have to really utilize those strengths and make sure the O-line does their assignments and they could have some success.
The Ludlowe returner is very deep. He's at about the 20-yard line. Good punt to the left side, though. And it's going to drop inside the 30 and go out of bounds around the 25. So Trumbull pins Ludlowe back decent amount.
Number 18, Horn. Rolls out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Will be 1st down and 10 for the Falcons. 8:13 remaining in the first.
Ludlowe comes out in ace formation. And this is our first look at that quarterback that we heard so much about. Trumbull was showing blitz, but then backed off. And quarterback Love looking, throws deep to his right side on the first play. Has a receiver. He's going to get a 1st down on that first play.
Yeah, that was a strong, good pass.
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
And he seems very confident in the pocket there. So I think we're going to see 2 very different offenses when it compares to Ludlowe's and Trumbull's. Ludlowe's definitely going to be more pass-oriented, while we're going to be more run-oriented.
Still in the ace formation for Ludlowe, single back. Quarterback Love drops back. Looking, fires up the middle, off the fingertips of the receiver, and it falls incomplete. I believe in the FCAC tonight, we have a huge matchup, number 1 versus number 2, as Greenwich faces New Canaan.
Oh, that's a good game.
I am going to be very interested, as I'm sure everyone is, following that one tonight.
And we do play New Canaan later in the season.
Yep.
So we'll see how they match up against each other.
Now, New Canaan is L, and Greenwich is double L, so obviously they each need the win, but it's not like they're in the same division fighting for a seed. And Love now keeps it, runs to his left side, design quarterback keeper, has a little bit of room, then he's going to be brought down after a run of about 4 yards off to the sideline on the far side of the field.
Yeah, that was a great tackle by number 2, Miguel Lamore, who was playing corner. He did a good job reading that, coming back and tackling the quarterback for a minimal gain.
3rd down and 7 for the Falcons.
7:15 remaining in the opening quarter. We can see Ludlowe is using signs for calling in their plays. They have a couple players on the sideline holding up some different numbers. It's easy to see if you can crack that code.
I doubt it.
Trips right for the Falcons. Quarterback now rolls to his right side, almost brought down, now runs to his left. He's got a little bit of room, and he's going to be forced out around the line of scrimmage. Good defensive coverage by Trumbull to hold there.
Tackle made by the Eagles, number 50, Deron Sidler.
Expect Ludlowe to punt, although
They look like they're looking for a hand signal or something like that.
We'll have to see. Yeah. No, they're bringing out the offense. So they're going to play it on 4th down and 6. They're trying to set a tone early.
Yeah, interesting way to start the game.
Yeah. Trumbull showing blitz and backing off once again. Are they just going to try to get him to jump? And I think they might have.
I think they did.
There is a flag. Trumbull saying it's on Ludlowe. Nope, it is against Trumbull. So instead of 4th and 6, Trumbull bites. So it's going to be 4th and 1. Mr. Spillane just said 4th and 2, but it was 4th and 6. Isn't 6 minus 5 1? Maybe it was a long 6, possibly.
All right, hopefully. Looks like up and tight.
It's a direct snap to a running back. He's got some blockers in front of him. He falls forward short of the first down, but there is a flag. The first down is the 49 on the Trumbull side of the field. The ball went down at around the 50. We'll see who the call is on.
Yep, it's on Ludlowe.
Holding on Ludlowe, so they will decline it. Good D by the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a great first drive for the defense.
And that sets a little bit of a tone for Trumbull, knowing that the offense is going to be, a little shaky tonight without Caleb Buczynski in there. And the defense stepping up right there to Ludlowe, whose strength is their offense, to hold them. That's a big stop right there.
I know all these players are very hyped. It's senior night, and if we stop Ludlowe's great offense and we do some good things on our offense, we could have a really successful night.
So junior Isaac Dane in there. And he keeps it, throws to his left side, a deep ball. He's got a receiver in and out of his hands, but he went out of bounds, incomplete. It was a high arcing pass, but it was one-on-one coverage. It was a decent enough pass.
Yeah, no, it was pretty accurate. But it was tight coverage, and he was kind of leaning towards the out-of-bounds line. I think that call was really meant to throw the defense, throw them off a little bit, because they know that we are going to be a little run-heavy.
Yeah, make sure that they're, not bringing an 8-man front or even a 9-man front, something like that, knowing that all the runs are coming. 3 receiver set. Dane hands off to the middle. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to fight forward for maybe a yard or two. So it'll be around 3rd and 9. We are approaching the 5-minute mark of the opening quarter.
3rd down and 9 for Trumbull.
All right, this is a very important play for them. Hopefully they get the first down and can continue their way to the end zone.
And Dane has the running back out of the backfield with a complete pass, and he's brought down after a short game, so that'll bring up 4th down. That'll be about 4th and 8. I don't think they are going to go for it.
Looks like they're going to punt.
Yeah, Keen Horn, who is star running back, but also the punter. Decent punt on his first kick.
Yeah, I haven't seen him run the ball that much this game so far, and even last game at Greenwich.
And here's Keen's punt. Very high, decent distance, but very high. It's going to come down inside the 30 and take a roll to a few yards inside the 20 as Ludlow's going to take over. With 3:49 remaining in the opening quarter. No score if you're just joining us. Jeff Alterman and CeCe Ware with you on 10 and TC TV. Our first, as we were saying before, our first chilly-ish night. First time it's actually feeling like football weather.
Yeah, I kind of like it, though.
Yeah,
it's very football.
When it's warm and humid, it doesn't feel like football.
Yeah. But it's a comfortable enough temperature that, most people in a sweatshirt or a light coat, they aren't that cold, so I'm happy with that.
4 receivers set, trips left for Ludlowe. Love holds it and takes off, and he's going to be brought down. Minimal gain picked up. Another good defensive stop by the Eagles.
Yeah, as we were hearing in the coaches show, Ryan Love, who's their quarterback, is really their main playmaker on offense. If we can shut him down, stop his runs, stop his long passes, then, that'll do a lot.
Or even just at least contain him somewhat.
Yeah.
And he is only, according to the roster, he's a junior, so Ludlowe gets him back next year. Ace formation for Fairfield. Love drops back, looking, throws to his right side. He's got a receiver. He's pushed out of bounds at around the 32, which is going to be enough for a first down for Ludlowe.
Knocked out of bounds by the Eagles, number 20, Jeffrey Baez.
I remember back when Fairfield had 2 high schools, and it was Roger Ludlowe and Andrew Ward. Then they combined to be Fairfield High School, and then when they split again, it was Fairfield Ward, Fairfield Ludlowe. So I'll probably call them Fairfield, Ludlowe, and the Falcons. So any of those 3 refers to the team in blue. And Love, handoff up the middle. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards. They're going to spot it at around the 38, 37. So it'll be 2nd and 5.
Second down and 5.
I hear the marching band. They are here tonight. They'll perform at halftime, as will the dance team and the cheerleaders.
The black hole looks pretty good. All dressed in pink. Pink out night tonight.
3 receivers set to the left. And it is a handoff up the middle again. Fights forward to pick up a few. So it'll bring up 3rd and short. Yep, the pink out game. So with this being the only October game, this was the only one we were going to have as our pink out game. And we kind of followed the lead over at Hillcrest today. It was our pink out day at Hillcrest as well. That way we could tie it in with the big football game tonight.
3rd down and 1 for the Falcons.
Speaking of which, I see a bunch of Hillcrest Hawks walking down there. I love how they come to cheer on Trumbull High. So big set for Ludlowe. Run up the middle. He's going to get it for the first down and a few more. That's going to bring it to the 46-yard line. Fresh set of downs coming up for Ludlowe.
Yeah, even though they got the first down, that was a good tackle by number 4, Ryan Mullen. Trumbull has no high safety during that play when everyone's kind of in tight. So if he didn't make that tackle, it would have been a very long run.
We approach 1:20 remaining in the opening quarter. 4 receivers set out there, trips to the right this time for the Falcons. And Love gets the snap. Quick throw to his right side, trying to set up a screen. He's got a little bit of blockers in front. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. 2nd and medium upcoming for them. This is the first set of plays so far where the Trumbull defense is allowing them to slowly move down the field.
39-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, and personnel-wise on the defense, we have a little bit difference than the last few weeks, safety-wise, just based on injuries.
Showing blitz now by Trumbull. It is a handoff up the middle. He gets through a big hole, and he's going to get the first down and bring it to the 42 now. They are on the Trumbull side of the field. Another first down.
Got about 13 seconds left, and it's rolling, so don't think they're going to have enough time to snap the ball before the second quarter.
And there's the buzzer. So end of the first quarter, scoreless here at McDougall Stadium. We'll be back with the second quarter on 10 and TCTV right after this.
Hi, this is Mars Petraccio, the head football coach for the Trumbull High Eagles, and you're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
orthodontist at the age of 7.
Welcome back, Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lubnicon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
We switch directions now. Ludlowe is going towards the end zone on the Strobel Road side of the field. Here's the snap. Love throws it in the middle, and he's got a receiver. Big pickup there inside the 30 now.
Yeah, his passes are very strong, direct, right to the receiver.
Use the baseball terminology like a frozen rope.
Yeah.
First down and 10.
Ace formation for Ludlowe. And handoff up the middle. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to fall forward for, he's actually going to get about 4 or so on that run. It's going to be around 2nd and 6 for Ludlowe. They are knocking on the door of the red zone now. The Eagles need to step up. The offense for Trumbull is not designed to be able to come back from major points down, so the defense needs to do their job. And quarterback Love looking. Now he's going to take off, and he'll be swallowed up, but he's going to be just short of the first down. 3rd and about 1. A flag, just very late flag.
Lots of flags.
After the whistle was blown. So maybe some sort of unsportsmanlike, we'll have to see.
Yeah, looks like the refs are still talking it over. Oh.
Yep, unsportsmanlike against Falcon. So I'm assuming that's a 15-yarder.
Yep, looks like they're going to move them back quite a bit.
So as they were on the 24, knocking on the door of the red zone, that's going to push them back.
And honestly, we haven't seen that many penalties in this game so far.
No.
And that was a big thing that Coach P, I know, was working a lot with the team, eliminating those silly penalties. And so far, Trumbull's been pretty good at not getting any penalties on them.
First update from out of town, New Canaan leads Greenwich 7-0 in the battle of, without a doubt, the two best programs in the state right now. So it is 3rd and 16 after the unsportsmanlike for Fairfield. And another whistle. Timeout, Trumbull. Interesting, on 3rd and 16, they're going to take a timeout. So why don't we take a timeout as well, and we'll be right back.
Hello, this is Coach Tobish, head coach of the Trumbull Lady Eagles girls basketball team. This is 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
Provisions right before your eyes. When you're in Hillcrest, let us do the cooking for you. There's always something for everyone at the
Welcome back, Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lubnicon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
So back to the 3rd and 16 for receiver set for Ludlowe. Trips left. Ball's on the 35 now after the penalty.
This is going to be a big 3rd down for a defense to get a stop.
Love drops back under a little bit of pressure now. Under more pressure, he runs to his right side trying to make something happen, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. So pretty much no gain. Good defensive stop by the Eagles. So it'll be interesting to see. You're kind of in that bordering on that weird no man's land in high school football where no high school kickers making a field goal from there. Are you going to punt or take a shot down the field? Looks like the offense is staying out there. When you're on your opponent's side of the field between like the 30, 40-ish yard line in that neighborhood, that's very much the no man's land in high school land. So they are going for it on 4th and 17, as I said, because they're in that no man's land. Love drops back under pressure right away, almost taken down, fires it deep in the middle of the field. And is it picked off by Trumbull or is it fall incomplete?
I think it's incomplete there. That was great defense.
The player that had the best shot at it was Trumbull. Was that Justin Alston?
I believe so. I couldn't quite get a great look at their jersey number. I think it was number 14, Justin Alston.
I think Alston was the one who was acting more as the receiver than a defender on that. So good defensive stop by Trumbull.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they teach you to do it. If you know the receiver's route, just run it for them and pick that ball off.
And it's actually better that he didn't catch it because now they're getting the ball much further up the field.
Mm-hmm.
4 receivers set for Trumbull. Trips right. Dane still in at quarterback, and there's a handoff to his right side. He's trying to turn the corner, find a little bit of a seam. He's going to pick up a good number of yards on that. He's going to get around 5 yards or so. He ran to his right. He was going a little too much east-west till he finally turned it upfield and then tried to find that seam in between the two defenders.
About 9 minutes remain in the second quarter.
Second and 4 officially.
Looks like they're still trying to get the play in.
Just under 9 minutes remaining until the half. Trumbull coaches calling something, and Isaac Dane's looking at his wristband. That special waterproof paper that we have to get them every year. 3 receivers set. And it is a handoff up the middle, but he's met right at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward for about a yard or so. Actually, according to the side judge, maybe about 2. All
right, we have some personnel switch here. We have number 8, Keenhorn, coming in as a running back. Got number 81, Jackson Pond, as receiver.
3rd and 2, 3rd and short. Big down for Trumbull to keep this drive going.
Looks like we have Jago playing quarterback.
So that was what we were talking about earlier when we said we're going to see some interesting things. So yes, Super Junior Braden Jago is coming in there in the quarterback position, but it's going to be, do they still talk, it's going to be the jumbo basically.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say was, like, do we still call it the Wildcat? That was like a fad a while back.
Not when I was here. We normally just call it jumbo.
Yeah, like I remember it was the Miami Dolphins, I think, about 10 years ago, give or take. That was the big thing, the direct snap to the running back. And it was the Wildcat was the fad, and that, thank goodness, died off pretty quick.
Yeah, we still have Jago in there. And quite different personnel.
And Cece and I were just saying before the game, before we came on the air, Braden Jago was a quarterback freshman year, but he's talented as a quarterback, but he's as a runner and as a safety in the secondary, he's even more talented than that. So Jago gets the direct snap, and he's going to keep it. Runs up the middle, big hole. He's past the 40, the 30. It looks like he's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Trumbull! Big run for the Eagles.
There we go.
About 56 yards on the ground by Braden Jago to put Trumbull in the lead 6-0.
Let's go. So we were just talking about, obviously Braden Jago isn't a quarterback. He normally is going to be running the ball, but if they can use that, get in the end zone, and really use his feet, that could be really big.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got some points early on in the game.
And to be the first team on the board with points is big, too, in this situation. So Giovanni, the holder, Keenhorn will go for the point after.
I saw Wojtek get quite excited there.
And kick is up, and
Beautiful.
Good.
That was a great kick.
All right, so we'll go to break with the Eagles up 7-0. We'll be right back on 10 and TC TV.
Hi, this is Coach Vadish. You listen to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Sweet strawberry ice cream. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket, you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. That's the scent of shopping success. Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Ludlowe Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
We hear the traditional Trumbull touchdown song. Which is Jump Around. It's been the touchdown song for a while. Back a million years ago when I used to do the music in McDougal. I think we had the captains that one year. I said, what do you want to play? And they picked this, and we kind of just stuck with it now for like 10, 15 years. But it's a great song to play for a touchdown. All right, here is the ensuing kickoff. Deep kick. It's going to come down inside the goal. Automatic touchback in high school. Good kick by Horn. We got to get him.
So far, he's been pretty good with that extra point. His punts been looking pretty good.
We had some issues in some earlier games, but if he can do that on a field goal attempt, I mean, you don't get the same long run up on a field goal attempt as you do on a kickoff, but he's definitely showing a lot more improvement in the kicking game. So Ludlowe takes over now from the 20 after the touchback. Trips left for receiver set. And quarterback Love dropping back, fires it deep up the middle, has a receiver, comes down with it. He falls down from his own momentum, but he catches it just shy of the 50-yard line. So big pass there, and he just showed off his arm on that play.
Catch made at the 48-yard line, first down and 10 for the Falcons.
Yeah, I think something that Trumbull's definitely going to be careful about is they have a few players that are playing both sides of the ball. Braden Jago, he's one of them. He just scored that 50-something whatever touchdown, and now he's playing defense. So, players are going to get tired, and it's something that Trumbull's definitely got to look out for.
And is a handoff run up the middle by the Falcons. They're going to pick up about 5 yards, around 5 yards. So it looks like they are on the Trumbull side of the field now on around the 48, 49-yard line. Looks like they gave him about 4.
Second down and 6.
Trips left again for Fairfield. And handoff up the middle again. He gets through the line, past the first down mark, and picks up a few more. So he's down to around the Trumbull 40 as Ludlowe tries to answer after Trumbull's touchdown on that last drive.
First down and 10 for the Falcons from the 31-yard line.
Right, we got about 6:05 left on the clock till halftime.
And it is a quarterback keeper to the left side, cuts up the middle now. He's going to fall forward and be close to another first down. Looks like he's just short.
Eagles tackle number 1, Timothy Casero.
Although he did get quite a few yards on that play, I will say I think Trumbull's definitely improved their tackling game. Their tackle's been looking pretty good. They haven't let up too many long runs, and they've been stopping them as quickly as possible. I know earlier in the season we had problems with tackling, but I think they've shown definitely some improvement.
Trips right now for receiver set. 2nd and 1. And the quarterback now looking, runs to his right side, throws it downfield, has a receiver who gets past the defender. He's going to fall forward close to the end zone, and they're calling it touchdown. There was a Trumbull defender in the area. Wasn't able to get his hands on him, though.
Yeah,
so
he was
he
able
goes
to
right
kind of dive and reach the ball over the line on that play. All right, now we got to see what Ludlowe has in terms of their kicking game.
And here's the point after attempt for Fairfield. Left-footed kicker for Fairfield. Snap, kick is up, and it is good. So we are tied here at 7, and we'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Gary Kunshaft, Daniels Farm Elementary School Principal, and you're listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network. Go Eagles!
Visit us online at orthodonticboutique.com or in person at 126 Monroe Turnpike, right here in Trumbull. Schedule your complimentary exam today by calling Dr. Khan at 203-590-3222. And remember, the AAO recommends that your child first see an orthodontist at the age of 7.
Welcome back to Eagles Football on 10, presented by Dr. Lubnicon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
And Ludlowe just getting set now for the kickoff as we are tied at 7. And it is a low on the ground kickoff. Trumbull picks it up at around the 15, runs all the way to the right side, trying to turn the corner. He's going to get a little bit after the pickup. They're going to spot it, looks like just short of the 30-yard line. Trumbull's got exactly 5 minutes remaining until the half. Again, 7-0 here at McDougall Stadium. Jeff Alterman and Cece Ware with you on the Trumbull Eagle Network and Trumbull Community Television.
So as for our quarterback situation, we have number 15, Isaac Dane. Looks like we have 2 backs in the backfield.
And if you weren't with us earlier on, senior quarterback Caleb Buczynski is not in the game tonight, which is why Cece was just talking about junior Isaac Dane.
Yep, and on that touchdown, we had another junior quarterback. Well, quarterback, more of like a running back style play. So it looks like they're going to save him, Braden Jago, kind of for those longer run needed situations.
And Dane hands it off. No, he's keeping it to, now pitches it to his left side. The running back has a little bit of room in front of him. He's going to pick up a good number of yards and be maybe 2 yards short of the first down. It looked like the handoff up the middle faked me out just like he did earlier with that same play.
On the game for the Eagles, number 6, Giovanni Alvarado. 9 yards.
Yeah, so far the option has been really working, kind of faking the handoff and then pitching it off that D end.
3 receivers set, and this time it's a quarterback keeper to the right side. He doesn't have enough time to pitch it to Giovanni, so he's going to lose a couple yards on that. Giovanni's one of those players where you can just go by the first name.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time we had a Giovanni on the team? So you say that name, or even if you just say G, everyone knows exactly who we're talking about. One of the most talented players on the team. Not a huge player, but an incredibly fast and smart football brain.
Yeah, he's very kind of shifty and uses his feet a lot.
3rd and short, handoff up the middle, but he's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage and go nowhere. They're going to place it maybe a few inches short of where it was before if I go by the side, Judge.
All right, we have Braden Jago coming into the game. So we expect to see some sort of run play designed with him.
Looks like they actually lost a yard because they just moved the box back a yard. So, yeah, 4th down and 3 on their own 35. And Trumbull's going for it. That is a gutsy call.
Yeah, we got about 3:05 left.
Are they just going to try to draw them off? And timeout Ludlowe.
Interesting.
I'm curious. Do you think they were just trying to draw them off, or are they going to run a play? It'd be interesting. All right, so let's think about the upcoming games we have left. After this game, Fairfield Ludlowe, who we've talked about, is not your Fairfield Ludlowe of the past. This is a very potent offense that they have.
Yeah.
And as you've seen and heard, an incredibly talented quarterback. After this, think about who we have left. Not much of anybody left. Darien, New Canaan, St. Joe's. Throw Brian McMahon in there as well.
I know, a bunch of nobody is definitely not great teams at all.
Basically, if you want to see who Trumbull's playing this year, look at the 2024 state playoff championship games, and pretty much every champion and runner-up is the teams that we play this year.
Yeah, basically.
So a lot of major talent following the talent we have against the Ludlowe team tonight. All right, so they're going for it. It's going to be a keeper by Jago, who's met at the line. He's not going to be anywhere close to it. He might have picked up a yard or so, but it was 4th and about 3. So Ludlowe takes over on downs, and that was a gutsy call to do that on your own 35-yard line. So Ludlowe gets the ball now with 2:52 remaining, tied at 7. Ace formation for Fairfield. One receiver in motion now. And the quarterback hands it off up the middle. He's got a hole, fights forward, picks up a good number of yards. He's going to be around a yard short of the first down. Similar play we saw earlier on first down as well.
Yeah, Ludlow's running back did a good job of staying on his feet and really pushing through and falling forward. They were able to pick up quite a few yards, almost enough for the first down.
Ludlowe stays in the ace formation. Receiver in motion, this time from the right side. And it is a handoff up the middle. He cuts to his right side, tries to fall forward. There's a flag down. He's got the first down and a bunch more, but we'll have to find out what the flag is. Could it be a holding? Yes, it is. It's going to be a holding against Fairfield Ludlowe. So that negates the first down and will push them back even further.
I don't think we have a single penalty on Trumbull yet in this game.
I don't think we do either, and that's surprising because Trumbull's been very penalty prone in those first 5 games.
But I think the coaches really talked to them and/or made them run a lot. So I think they definitely learned from that, and I'm glad to see that.
That's good observation. Yeah, that was something that's just been haunting them all season long. So that'd be pretty amazing if they can make these last 2 minutes till the half without a penalty. Hopefully they can get a pickoff or something like that, but without a penalty would be that's a victory right there. Love for Ludlowe. Drops back, throws to his right side, has a receiver. He's going to get the first down, and then Moore gets away from the defender, cuts back onto the inside, and he's going to bring it to the 20-yard line. So now Ludlowe is knocking on the door as well, as they're just about on the red zone.
Yeah, I think Trumbull defense initially thought that they had pushed him out of bounds, but he was able to bounce back and pick up a few more yards on the end of that play.
You got to follow through all the way until you hear the whistle.
All right, 1:30 left on the clock.
Trips left for receiver set, and it is a throw to the left side. The receiver is brought down as soon as he gets it. He's going to pick up maybe a yard on that. So quick throw, but the Trumbull defense was right there to bring him down.
Yeah, that was a great tackle by number 1, Timmy Costello.
on the play, second down.
He did a good job of reading it. I know that comes from a lot of film watching and studying the offense. So props to him.
Ace formation. Love now runs to his right side. Looking. Throws it downfield. Has a receiver. And he's going to be in for the touchdown. So Ludlow's going to take the lead. So after being down 7-0, Ludlow comes back with 2 consecutive scores.
From quarterback number 6, Ryan Mann.
So we have about 40 seconds left, meaning that Trumbull will probably get the ball. Just a few seconds left, maybe enough for a play or two.
Whistle, was it an official's timeout? The head referee just walked in to talk to the placeholder. Now a player for Trumbull runs on. Was Trumbull short a player? But the referees wouldn't have given them a timeout.
We have it was like some sub related like to an injury or illness.
So here's the point after attempt. Kick is up and
it is
short, but it is good. So 14-0 Ludlow, and we'll be right back on 10 and TC TV.
Hi, this is Katie Laird, the assistant principal of Hillcrest Middle School, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagle Network.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Ludlowe Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
As we come back to McDougall Stadium, Ludlow has a 14-7 lead. Jeff Alterman and Cece Ware with you on the Trumbull Eagle Network and Trumbull Community Television. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday evening. As we were saying earlier, the first time we could say there's the football chill in the air. Comfortable, though, but chill in the air. And Ludlow's kickoff, line drive again, right into the hands of a receiver who cuts all the way across the field on the right side, has a blocker in front, a bunch of room, and he's finally going to be taken out on the 45, but on the Ludlow side of the field. So good return by the Eagles. I'm watching him come all the way across east-west going, what is he doing? And he must have seen something with a blocker in front, and he just took off.
No, that honestly got me a little nervous because that last kickoff return, he did almost the exact same thing, and he got pushed out of bounds pretty early on into his run. But there he was able to follow his blockers. That was a very smart decision to really see that and pick up those extra few yards. So 32 seconds left till halftime.
I'm actually surprised they didn't put Braden Jago in there.
Me too, honestly.
Just because of the time factor.
Yeah, let him run the ball, see what he could do.
So Dane is in there. He's going to hand it off. He's going to be met right at the line. That's Braden Blank. And he gets essentially nothing. And timeout Trumbull. So they'll stop the clock. They have 2 remaining.
Looks like Isaac's going to stay out there.
So next week's game, we'll be playing another team in blue as we go to Darien. Saturday afternoon, 1:30 kickoff. Normally, I like the Friday night games. We've had quite a few, 2 Saturday games in a row.
Far.
We were at Central. We were at Greenwich. So this is our first Friday night in about a month.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, again, it'll be on Saturday afternoon, but 99.9% of the time, I like Friday nights a whole heck of a lot better, but since Friday's Halloween,
yeah,
I'm good with the Saturday this one.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon. There we go.
All right. 23 seconds on the clock now for the Eagles. And Isaac looking, rolls to his right side, now just throws it out of bounds. Smart move as he did not have anybody open.
He had a good amount of time there to really analyze the field, but there wasn't much open. All right, with 17 seconds left on the field, it's going to be 3rd and 10.
And handoff to Horn to the left side now. No, was it? No.
Yeah.
Horn, and then was it pitched? I couldn't see it. It was then pitched to Gio.
Giovanni. So I think it was a throw to Horn and then a pitch to G. And I honestly think that was Horn's rugby skills coming into the game. Kind of his mindset there.
That's the half. So 14-7. What are your thoughts, Cece, before we go to a break?
So far, I think they're looking pretty good. I know that Ludlow's up a score, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it matters that much. I know they're struggling. Well, without Caleb, they were lacking some sort of quarterback situation. So far, I think they're doing a decent job of filling that hole. Again, no penalties in this half. I think that's a great success and a win within itself. And I'm just excited to see what they're going to do second half.
All right, we'll see how the Eagles come back with a 7-point deficit in the second half, and we'll be right back on 10 and TC TV after the halftime.
Hi. This is Officer Wes Bartosik of the Trumbull Police Department and SRO at Hillcrest Middle School. You are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
once again for your Trumbull High School Golden Eagle Marching Band. And now, folks, at this time we have our second half guest announcer from Jane Ryan Elementary School with the second half of our senior lineup.
Hi, my name is Lee Regan, and I'm a fifth grader at Jane Ryan Elementary School in the drawing and display class. And here's your senior lineup for the 5-time conference champion and 3-time state champion, Trumbull Eagles. Number 9, tight end, Ben Zaccanino. Number 11, wide receiver, Matt Green. Number 20, wide receiver, Jeff Myers. Number 66, lineman, Charles Migliori Jr. Number 70, lineman and team captain, Brody Hopkins. Number 71, lineman, Paul Murillo. Number 75, lineman and team captain, Emmanuel Mariano. Number 81, wide receiver, Jackson Pond.
Let's have a big hand for us.
Hi, this is Principal Rickert, principal of Hillcrest Middle School, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
Welcome back, Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lubna Khan's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
And welcome back to the second half here at McDougall Stadium as the Eagles lead 14-7. And here is the kickoff deep kick. It's going to be taken just in front of the goal line on the far side. The returner brings it up now, runs to the outside sideline, gets back past a bunch of defenders, and he's finally pushed out of bounds at around the 50, and there's a flag.
Bunch of flags fly in the field.
And while we let the officials sort out that flag, we have a special guest joining us now for the start of the second half. Trumbull First Selectman Vicky Tesoro. Ms. Tesoro, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me here. This is very exciting. I love doing this. I've done this a few times. Glad to join you.
I remember one of the last times you were on with us, I had said to you, like, who's your favorite player that you like watching? And I remember you said Corbin Smith a few years ago, who is that amazing running back we used to have. Is there any current Trumbull Eagles that's catching your eyes?
Well, you know what? I like all of them. I'm not singling out anybody. Got to make sure I love all the Trumbull players.
Well, hopefully you'll bring us some luck in the second half.
Yeah, I hope so. But it's 14-7, so you got the whole half to catch up and take the lead.
So that penalty is against Trumbull because they're marching it to the right. So Trumbull's backs are to the Hillcrest side of the field, and Ludlow's backs are to the Strobel Road side of the stadium.
Yeah, we were just saying before halftime that the Trumbull Eagles did a good job eliminating those penalties, and the first play of the game of the half, having a penalty is not great, but we can definitely bounce back.
4 receiver set, trips right, Trumbull showing blitz, no flag. It is a quick throw to the right side on a slant. He's got a receiver who brings it down. He's inside the 30-yard line of Trumbull, so quickly Ludlowe moves into the red zone. So, Mr. Sora, you were doing some official business before the game?
Oh, I was just talking to some people out, down on the field. Our athletic director and Lucinda Tipinelli, the chairman of the Board of Education. So we're just catching up on some things around the school here. And the field and the track just look fantastic. I'm really excited by that, and I think the town is as well.
Trips right again, same formation for Ludlowe. Quick throw to the right side again. Another one of those slant patterns inside the hash mark. He's going to get the first down and bring it down to almost the 10-yard line.
Sorrentino for number 6, Ryan Lowe.
Yeah, as mentioned earlier, this turf is amazing. It's beautiful. It feels great. It's definitely amazing to play on.
This is our second year on it, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, it's a great upgrade for the players and, for football and other sports as well. So certainly really happy with how it turned out here.
Love seeing the Eagles in the end zone and the big T on the center of the field. Ace formation, receiver in motion. Movement on the line. It is a false start against Ludlowe, so it'll push them back 5 yards. So instead of 1st and 10 from the 13, it'll be 1st and 15 from the 18. Mr. Sora, I know one of the big, huge things happening in Trumbull right now is the Hillcrest project.
That's right. It's probably in the spring. We'll see construction begin, as you know.
Yep.
And certainly will be a great addition to the town to have a brand new school. Very exciting.
Love gets the snap, drops back. Flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right side, looking, still holds on to it, now takes off. He's going to try to turn the corner. He's going to bring it down to almost the 5-yard line. Get back a whole bunch of yards. They lost on that penalty earlier, so not a first down, but he gets inside the 10 now. And I'm sure, Mr. Sawyer, you've seen a lot of the blueprints for Hillcrest. It's very cool the way it's a 3-story building, but it doesn't feel like a 3-story building because you come in on the middle floor. So it's going to feel more like a 2, but even though you have those 3 floors. So it's a very cool setup.
It is. I hope everybody has an opportunity to watch a building committee meeting and check out the plans. It is very exciting, and as I said, expected construction to begin in the spring and completion sometime in 2028, I believe. Is that right, Jeff?
It was the goal. Well, last play, let me just say, run up the middle, so it's going to be 3rd and short now. So yeah, the goal was to try to get it for August 2027. I think that's very high hopes for that to happen. I think more like 2028. And it's another run up the middle this time. He is going to be short. He's going to be around the 3-yard line.
Yeah, we saw at Greenwich that the Trumbull's had a great end zone defense, and they're continuing to show that here. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
And I looked up the score at halftime in New Canaan. New Canaan is up 14-0 over Greenwich, number 1 versus number 2 in the state.
What a great competition that is.
All right, so jumbo set for Ludlowe now. First down now at the 3, and they're going to... Quarterback is going to be sacked down at the 10-yard line. Big defensive stop there for Trumbull.
Nice play.
The defense just sniffed that out. Tim Costello checking in for Trumbull, as is Cade Volpicelli.
Yeah, we got a nice addition here with a little tablet of a replay. Looks like the quarterback fumbled the snap and went to go land on it, and he got taken out by Trumbull players, forcing them back quite a bit.
We got to get you the telestrator like they do on ESPN, CC.
Yep.
All right, so back to the shotgun with wide receivers now, but it is a quarterback keeper to his left side. He's going to fall down. Is he just short? No, touchdown. They're going to give him the touchdown. I thought his knee might have come down a little bit short, but the official on the field is a lot closer to it than I am.
Trumbull's got lots of time to come back.
Absolutely.
So lots of time.
And they were showing some good signs of life in the first half. They just got to keep consistent. And here's that left-footed kicker. You don't see left-footed kickers too often, whether it's high school, college, NFL. I saw him during warm-ups at the half. He was kicking 40-yard field goals.
It's pretty good for high school.
Yeah. And kick is up. High kick, and it is good. So that's going to bring it to 21-7. What are some other exciting things you could share with us going on in town?
Well, you know, the exciting thing coming up is the election, so we encourage everybody to go out and vote. Early voting has started and goes through Sunday, November 2nd. So
at the library, right?
At the library, the community room of the library. There's a couple nights this week that it goes till 8 p.m. So everybody should go out and vote. Doesn't matter who you're voting for, just go and vote.
Does it, going through the campaign and still being our first selectman, are you up a lot later and doing a lot more stuff than you do when it's not an election cycle?
Because I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
I'm the first selectman. I can't stop doing that. So, yeah, it's a really busy time. You know, just want to tell everybody on Sunday we have the Fall Festival at Town Hall. And that's running from 10 to 2. So please come and enjoy the day. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's already being decorated, and we're looking forward to that for the community.
Hopefully we can all come out and celebrate a Trumbull win while we go to the festival.
That would be great.
All right, Ludlowe kicking off now. 8:27 remaining in this third quarter. And as a medium-high kick, caught inside the 15. He runs to his right side, has a little bit of room, tries to cut back now, but then he's swallowed up and he's brought down at the 29-yard line. So a respectable return for Trumbull. Mr. Sword, do you want to try to do call one of the next plays?
Oh, no, listen, you know, not in my job description, you know, so I want to keep myself with what I know how to do, so I'm going to just let you take over that.
All right, you could throw your insights in, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be a big touchdown for them here.
That would be great.
All right, so Dane, that is still Dane, right, Cece?
I
don't think it's Gio, or not Jago. So it's a handoff to the left side to Giovanni. Tries to find a seam. He doesn't find one. He's going to basically get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Tackle made by the Falcons, number 50.
And CC, you might know this better than I because Giovanni's a fellow senior with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he played much youth football. And he turned out to be an absolutely amazing football player.
I know he did a lot more baseball.
Yeah.
I don't think he does it anymore, but yeah. I don't know too much about that.
Handoff up the middle, but no, it is actually a keeper to the right side. They faked me out multiple times tonight. He's going to pick up about 2 or 3 yards on that.
Yeah, Giovanni, definitely a big baseball player growing up. Not sure about current. I think he's mostly football oriented.
And Mr. Sora, I'm going to see you on Tuesday. I think this Tuesday, the Board of Ed meeting where we get the First Selectmen's Golf Classic checks.
Yes, that's absolutely right. At the Board of Ed meeting, we're going to give out checks to some of our teams and the ACE Foundation and the band. We're really excited about that. I think this is one of our big years for distributing money from our golf tournament.
Throw to the left side to, is that Giovanni?
Mm-hmm.
It was. He's going to pick up a few yards. Going to be short of the first down, though. So the Trumbull football team, along with a bunch of other programs at Trumbull High, participate in Mr. Soro's First Selectman Golf Classic, usually second week or so of August every year. And they're able to raise a good amount of money for the program. So football team uses it towards equipment or whatever things the coaches think are going to help our program. So we'll be there on Tuesday night at the Board of Ed meeting to get those. So I'm actually going to be doing double duty that night. I'll be there at the beginning to meet you and get the check with the football team, and then I'm heading right over for the Hillcrest Building Committee meeting over at Town Hall.
That's right. That's right. It's we've raised over $500,000 through the golf tournament. So that's gone for obviously some really good things for all the different teams, and as I said, for the ACE Foundation and for the marching band as well. So it's very exciting that we're able to continue to do that and help all the students.
Because football and the marching band, all those activities, it's expensive to run those programs. Think of the marching band with the trucks they got to bring to all their events, and they have competitions even further than the games that we have. They go to Jersey and they go all over the place.
Yeah, that's so true, Jeff. We really are appreciative of all the golfers who play and all the sponsors who make that tournament possible.
Trumbull is going to punt, 4th down and 3, but they're on their own side of the field. A little bit of a low snap, but he gets the punt off. High punt. Going to come down around the 40 on the Ludlowe side of the field, and then it's going to be down just inside the 40. So at the Golf Classic, I have probably the best job in the whole thing because I drive around in the bar car all day. So I get to see all the golfers and chit-chat with all them and then have lunch with everybody. But I got to tell you, my favorite part of the Golf Classic is the Michelizzi's truck when you come back and in front of the clubhouse.
Yeah.
When we make the turn to come refill the drinks, getting an Italian ice or something.
Yeah, those are the traditions. We like to have those wonderful traditions every year, and the golfers really love it, and that's why they come back every year.
Ludlowe in a 4-receiver set, trips left, the back in motion now. Quick throw to that back, looking for a screen, but he does not have many blockers in front, so he's going to be brought down after a short gain. So after the Fall Festival, what's the next big thing? I mean, I know like the Memorial Day Parade, but that's way off. What's like the next big thing after that?
Well, we have in December, first we have the big football game between St. Joe's and Trumbull High on Thanksgiving Day. And after that is really the holiday tree lighting.
Okay.
And where we have light the tree at Town Hall, and we have the Christmas tree, the Christmas truck fire department that does that every year. So it's a great time for everybody. We have usually a huge crowd of people that come to that. Hopefully the weather will cooperate, and it'll be a great event this year again.
Love throws to his right side. There are defenders there to bring him down. He's going to pick up a few yards. I know it's a big one coming up over the winter, which we hope you'll be there with us. The Crosstown Showdown as Hillcrest plays Madison in the basketball doubleheader.
I come to that every year. Every year, that is another fun event. Looking forward to all of those.
And the Hillcrest girls, who are undefeated in that event, three-peat girls basketball league champions. They're going to see if they can get four-peat, dare I say.
Well, we got to get Madison.
Yep.
We got to get Madison going because Madison was my kid's school.
Yeah.
Right? So a little bit more competition, that would be great.
And for me, I was a Madison student, but now a faculty member at Hillcrest, so I've got both sides.
You do.
Jumbo set now, 3rd and short for Ludlowe. Timeout, I believe, called. Ludlowe takes their own timeout. on that 3rd and short.
I think that's their second timeout so far of the half.
All right, so we're going to thank First Selectman Tesoro for joining us. We appreciate it, and we hope we have you back. If you're here at Thanksgiving or any other time, you're always welcome to come join us.
I'd love to, and thank you for having me here.
All right.
It's always a lot of fun.
All right, I'll see you on Tuesday.
Let's see Trumbull come back.
Absolutely.
Yep. Thank you so
All right,
much.
have a good weekend, Mr. Soro.
Thank you.
That was pretty cool to have a special guest like that.
Thank you.
Not often we get a VIP to come join us during the game.
All right. Big 3rd down.
And looks like a jumbo set for the Falcons.
Ooh.
Movement. I think Ludlowe jumped first.
Yeah.
Yep, false start. So instead of 3rd and short, it's going to be 3rd and longer now.
Yeah, that was a bad jump by Ludlowe. He went over the line by like 2 or 3 yards there. Looks like it was their right guard. So 5:09 left in the 3rd quarter.
Love now back in, looking. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He's being chased down. He slides forward, but he's got the first down right at around midfield. So when we thought Trumbull had them pushed back, Ludlowe with that high potent offense is able to get another first down.
I honestly really love this tablet replay kind of thing.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, we had our own private suite in Greenwich. Now you got the screen in front of you.
Nice.
Ace formation for Ludlowe. Quarterback keeper to the left side. Thinks about throwing, but holds on to it. Runs forward for the first down, and a few more.
Ooh,
flags fly afterwards. Multiple flags fly. While they sort that out, there's no score in Game 1 of the World Series in Toronto.
How is the Greenwich New Canaan game
Let's
looking?
get an update on that. As we said, it was 14-0 last we saw. Is it on both teams?
I honestly couldn't tell from the replay.
No, just on Trumbull. I thought I saw him signing to both sides. I don't see another update on Greenwich New Canaan, so I'm going to assume it's still 14-0. We'll keep an eye on that one. But again, bottom of the first, no score in the World Series. Trips right for Ludlowe, 4 receiver set. Ball's now just inside the 20 after the penalty. Quarterback throws on a slant to the left side. Has a receiver who gets by 2 defenders and fights forward and is into the end zone again. So that's going to make her 27-7. 4 straight scores for Ludlowe after Trumbull's initial score early on in the game. And we had said, and Coach P had said, this is not your father's Fairfield Ludlowe team. This is a high-powered offense that they have.
Yeah, we had 2 or 3 missed tackles that would have been crucial to holding up the touchdown. But again, we have a kick for Ludlowe. So far, I don't think he's missed.
And he's had some strong kicks.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another one, up and good. So 28-7. With that, we'll take a break and be right back here on 10 and TCTV.
Hi, this is Dan Searles, the athletic trainer at Trumbull High School, and you are listening to the 10 Network.
Visit us online at orthodonticboutique.com
Dr. Ludlowe Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
I see all the kids, mostly the girls, but the kids with the pink cowboy hats. Are those like the Barbie costumes? I mean, I get they're wearing pink because it's for October, but like it looks like it might have been part of like the Barbie costume.
Not exactly.
No.
They're kind of just like a trend.
Okay. I mean, I'm kind of out of the loop with that kind of stuff. So, all right, low kickoff by Ludlowe, fielded inside the 10. I think that's Giovanni, runs to his right side. He's going to bring it out just short of the 30. We had a bunch of kids at Hillcrest today that were wearing them as well, which was so cool to see them that they're getting into the, the pink for the pink out day. I was just curious where, if there was a reason for that particular item.
Yeah, not exactly like Barbie, but it's definitely a trend to wear like pink, sparkly, fluffy cowboy hats.
Were they wearing them at the high school today too?
Not really. I didn't see any.
More of a middle school thing?
I guess so.
All right. 3 receiver set, 2 backs. And Dane drops back, looking, throws it deep. He has a receiver on target, bobbled up in the air. I think the defender had his fingers on it first. Cleanly defended, though. A high arcing pass, but on target. But I do like that they're giving him a shot to throw it.
Yeah. And definitely with Isaac having 2 backs in the backfield and then throwing the ball super deep down the field, that's definitely to throw the defense off, and you don't see that much with 2 backs in the backfield.
3 receivers set again, this time 1 back and an H-back as well. Handoff up the middle, gets by the first set of defenders. He's going to be brought down about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down, so it's going to be 4th. But 4th and short. Interesting call coming up now. They went for it on their own 35 earlier, and it's back on the 35 again. This time trailing 28-7 where you need points. And it looks like the offense is staying out there.
Picks up 8 on the play. 3rd down and 2.
Looks like was Trumbull just trying to see if they could get him to jump, but I think they're definitely going to run a play. But audible looks like now if they're all looking at their wristbands. And quick throw by Dane to the right side. Has Giovanni. He's brought down quickly, but he's got enough for the first down.
Yep.
A catch by Giovanni, but it's not from Caleb, so I can't say it's the Root Beer Boys.
No, that was a good, quick pass. Get it out of your hands. Give it to Giovanni. See what he could do on his feet. That was a smart move by the offense.
And I see Braden Jago checking in.
.235 left on the clock. It's going to be 1st and 10.
Instead of the Wildcat, it's like the Jago Cat. And he hands it off. The running back falls forward, picks up a few yards. That was that Ryan Mullen on the run?
Think so. Also another good running back, another option for Trumbull.
Jago comes out, Dane comes back in. I think that's just switching him in was just to keep Ludlowe on their toes.
That or give Isaac a little bit of a break. Make him rest up a little bit for a play or two.
Pro form with 1 receiver on each side. And Dane drops back, looking, throws it deep on the left side, has a receiver.
Ooh, flags fly.
Flags, yep. Pass interference. He was double, if almost triple teamed.
Yeah. Honestly, Caleb being out for senior night, I do kind of feel bad for him. I know that this was an important game for him being a senior and being senior night. So I wish him a good recovery, and hopefully down the line he's able to come back for some of our bigger games.
Yep, hopefully we'll see him on the field sooner than later, but I am liking seeing that they're giving Isaac the chance to actually air it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Jago checks back in, so we're back. I think I'm going to call it that, the Jago Cat instead of the Wildcat. He's got a receiver on each side with an H-back and another running back. He hands it off. He's going to fight forward for, I don't even think he picked up anything. I think he's basically right at the line of scrimmage.
1:30 left on the clock.
Harlow Noecker. 14 on the play, second down.
All right, they're just awaiting the call from the offensive coordinator. Again,
Ball. Go ahead.
Jago is still in the game.
Ball's on the Ludlowe 43. And Jago keeps it himself this time, has a little bit of a hole. He's going to fight forward. He's going to be short of the first down, but only about 2 yards or so, so second and short. That formation, the one I'm calling the Jago Cat, that's the one where he's got one receiver on each side, so two receivers out wide. He's got a running back off his side and an H-back diagonally off his side.
The clock is winding down, about 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Jago's still in the game. We got Keen Horn in the backfield, 2 receivers.
And he's keeping it himself with Horn making some room for him, and Jago fights forward through a big hole, and he's going to bring it to the 25, enough for the first down.
Stopped at the 26-yard line. It's another Trumbull first down.
The way Jago's taking the ball is reminding me of Le'Veon Bell back in the day, where he didn't take the ball and just run. He would wait a split second, let the blockers in front of him do their job, then he would plow through that opening. And he's following that same idea, letting the blockers do what they need to do. And with that, that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with Trumbull down 28-7. We'll be back with the final quarter here on 10 and TCTV momentarily.
This is First Selectman Vicky Tesoro, and you are listening to 10, the Trumbull Eagles Network.
We are the boy band. We are the boy band. We are the boy band. We are the boy band.
You love your kids enough to take them to see their favorite band. Love them enough to make sure they're buckled up in the backseat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Welcome back, Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Lumnicon's Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
Start of the final quarter here. Trumbull down 28-0. Jeff Alterman and CeCe Ware with you on the Trumbull Eagle Network and Trumbull Community Television. Trumbull's offense showing some signs of life.
All right, final quarter here. Trailing 21 points.
And Jago's still in there, keeping himself. This time he runs to the left side, has an opening, picks up a good number of yards. I would say at least 6 or 7 he got.
Yeah, what you were saying earlier with him waiting a split second to let the blockers make their arrangements, honestly, that comes with a lot of trust in the O-line, and making sure that they're going to get their blocks and there's going to be room for him to run.
And also giving, when Keen Horn is in the backfield too, giving him that split second to make sure he gets in front of him and plows that opening for him. Trips right now, and is that Jago's still in there. Interesting formation with him in there, but he's going to keep it, run to his right side, doesn't get an opening. He's going to be met and brought down and lose a yard on that. So that trips to the right side was just trying to clear some space as some blockers, but the defenders get past that.
Yeah, number 6, Giovanni, he had a great block on that play, but trying to look at the replay here to see where the block assignment just wasn't quite there.
When Braden's in there at this point now, not that they weren't earlier, but Ludlowe knows that he's keeping the ball 99% of the time. Or even if he hands it off, they know it's on the ground.
Yeah, it looks like the right side of the defense, the defensive line kind of came over and was able to get him.
And hands it off this time. Is that Horn, I think, who fights forward for a few yards. And was that Horn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was. All right, 10 10:09 left on the clock. It's going to be 4th down, and they're going to be going for it.
And Keene, also, he's a junior, and he was at Barlow before. Did you know him when you were in like elementary, middle school?
No, I believe he went to school in Reading, and I grew up in Easton.
Okay.
So.
Handoff up the middle by Horn. He's going to be stopped maybe a yard, but not enough for the first down. Forgot about that. The East and Reading both share the
they combine.
The common high school. Yep. But the high school itself is actually in Reading, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny, from my house, when I grew up in Easton, it would have been like a half an hour drive to get to Barlow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We were kind of all the way on the opposite sides.
But you went to the agri-science, so you came to Trumbull High. Are you still in the agri-science program?
Yeah.
Okay. What made you want to pursue the agri-science school?
Honestly, I wanted to come to Trumbull the most. I mean, I saw interest in the agri-science. Obviously, I wanted to join the football team. They have freshman football. I thought that was appealing to me. And
they didn't have
rugby,
that at Barlow?
No, it was JV. It was varsity, and
Okay.
I'm like, I can't really jump in there.
So Ludlowe takes over now. It's a handoff up the middle. I have a feeling we're going to see a bunch of runs now with them with a 3-touchdown lead. And then after your freshman year, that's when your family moved to Trumbull.
Yes, that is correct. And now we live 2 minutes from the high school, so a lot better drive. Don't have to wake up quite as early, which I appreciate a lot.
And your mom moved back to Trumbull.
Yep. Yep, and shout out to them because they're all watching the game. My grandparents, my mom, my dad. So.
And they were all there for senior night earlier.
Yes, they were.
Again, Cece got to walk with the seniors, spending 4 years with the football program. And Love handoff up the middle for Ludlowe. He's going to fight for a few yards. So it'll be 3rd, and let's call it 3, as we are at 8:42 now remaining in the game.
Yeah, like you said, you mentioned earlier, Ludlow is going to keep this ball mainly on the ground. They're going to be running it, trying to utilize the clock to their advantage, run out the clock. So when Trumbull gets the ball back, they don't have as much time to gain those 3 scores that they need to tie the game up.
Love drops back, looking to his left side. He has a back out of the backfield, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at around the 35-yard line. So first down and a bunch more for Ludlowe. And even if Trumbull does get it back, anything can happen. But the offense, even when the starting quarterback was in there, they're not built for 3 quick scores in a couple minutes.
Yeah,
so without
definitely.
Caleb in there, it would take a very interesting sequence of events for that to happen.
On tackle on that last play was number 14, Justin Alston. It's interesting to see a lot of juniors in this game. I think next year especially is going to be interesting.
And quick handoff up the middle. The running back for Ludlowe will get about 2. Ryan Love still in there for Ludlowe, even with the 3-touchdown lead. I almost said Jordan Love a moment ago. Was that the Packers quarterback, right?
Yep. I wonder if they're probably not related, but
it would be interesting if they were.
But yeah, no, a lot of juniors in this game. I think that's going to help them a lot next year with a lot of experience.
You're talking about Trumbull?
Yeah, Trumbull.
Well, Braden Jago will be a senior.
Keen Horn, Isaac Dane.
I would bet any amount of money Braden Jago is a captain next year.
Yep.
Love drops back for Ludlowe, throws to his right side, has a receiver, but brought down right away by number 7, Maverick Coppola. For a loss.
Yeah, another major junior defensive player that makes a big difference in this defense.
If you had to guess, other than, I think Braden Jago's pretty much a lock. If you had to guess, who else do you think would be up for a captain next year from the current juniors?
Honestly, I would say Maverick, who just made that last tackle. He has a great attitude. connects with pretty much everyone on the team. I know last year when we would do warm-ups before a game like this, he would make sure he would talk to every single player, wish them a good game, and I think that's captain behavior.
Ludlowe drops back, has a receiver in the middle of the field, gets by the original defender. He's going to race past the next set of defenders, and he's going to bring it down inside the 20. If I had to guess another one, I would say maybe Keene probably would be on my radar.
Yeah.
First down and 10 from the 18-yard line.
So as the chains move their way down, 6:21 remaining. Feels like it just got a couple degrees cooler.
It's a little chilly,
Yeah.
can't lie. But Trumbull's really got to stop Ludlowe here if they want to even have a shot of staying in the game. You know, being down, if they score, it would be 4 scores. That's just hard to do. That's almost nearly impossible. They definitely want to stay in this game.
Tight formation, this time different quarterback in, and it's a throw to the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Ludlowe. That was number 5, Peyton Sparacino.
I think that is actually their running back or a receiver, something like that, because I've definitely seen him play.
So it was an option to him. It was a direct snap to him and then an option pass. So just like you said a moment ago, what we did not want to see is the 4 touchdown lead, which is what they have.
I mean, it's never impossible, but, you know, like we said earlier, the offense that we have isn't made for 4 scores this quickly and with this much amount of time left. So again, we have the kicker for Ludlowe, who is a lefty, hasn't missed one yet.
And this one is up, and another good kick, and that's good. We'll be back with more on 10 and TCTV after this.
Hi, this is Mike King, Director of Athletics for the Trumbull Public Schools, and you are listening to the Trumbull Eagles Network, number 10.
Visit us online at orthodonticboutique.com or in person at 126 right here in Trumbull. Schedule your complimentary exam today by calling Dr. Khan at 203-590-3222. And remember, AAO recommends that your child first see an orthodontist at the age of 7.
Trumbull Eagles football on 10, presented by Dr. Ludlowe Orthodontic Boutique of Trumbull.
The last update I got, New Canaan is still leading Greenwich 14-0. The game is being played at New Canaan High School. I believe it's like Dunning Field or something like that is their stadium. 1-0 Dodgers in the second inning in the World Series.
Yeah, New Canaan's coming up here in a few weeks.
Yep.
Okay, 5:51 remaining in the game.
And low kickoff by Ludlowe, fielded by Trumbull. Running to his right side now, tries to turn the corner. He's going to fight for a few more yards, keeps going. Everyone thought his momentum was done, and he got another little
got pushing and shoving there.
No flags. Yeah.
It's kind of surprising. Got a ref step in, push it apart. Again, no flags.
Ball's going to be around the 45. So it looks like he was stopped at around the 40, and he got a sudden burst. Went forward to get a little bit more. Ooh, there's a nice little cold chill breeze coming through.
Yeah, a little chilly there. But yeah, no, those last returns that we've seen, a lot of it's being not north and south. Kind of across the field,
Trying
less
to get
than
some
down.
blocks out in front of them. 3 receivers set. Dane looking, now flush to his left side, trying to find something, but he's running east-west again. Little blooper up in the air. I think it might have come out of his hand, not the way he wanted to, but it falls out of bounds, I believe. So 2nd and 10 upcoming. So Jay goes out, Dane back in.
Yeah, we're yet to see Isaac really run with the ball. That last play, he could have tucked it and run, but he definitely wanted to throw the ball, even as he was getting flushed out of the pocket.
Ace formation. Dane drops back. Looking, fires it down his right side, overthrows his receiver by a little bit. Tight coverage by Ludlowe. The Ludlowe defender, that was number 7, Jack Danico. Tight coverage there.
On the coverage for the Falcons, number 7, Jack.
Right, it's going to be 3rd and 10. Isaac's still in the game. Definitely want to see something, get something down the field. At this point of the game, don't think there's logistically a way for us to win, but if we score a few more points, that could be beneficial just to the morale of the team going into some harder games in the future.
Dane drops back, quick throw to his right side, has a receiver, but he's overthrown by a little bit. He was looking for a flag. It looked like the receiver had a little bit of contact. I think he had a little bit of the Trumbull receiver has a little bit of an argument there that it should have been called.
Yeah, he was pushed out of bounds at least by like a yard or so. You could see my little replay here on the side of the field. Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but no flag. Oh.
Number 10, Brody McGee, checking back in. And Trumbull's forced to punt. And good punt. It's going to fair catch called just outside the 20. That was a good punt by Keene. 5:14 remaining. I would think we're going to see a lot of ground game.
Yeah, they're trying to run out the clock. Make sure Trumbull doesn't get the ball for that much time.
Ryan Love comes back in for the Falcons. Again, he is a junior, so Ludlowe gets him back next year. Ace formation. And it is a handoff. He races up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage, picks up just a few.
Just under 5 minutes left remaining in the game.
Second down and 7.
Again, next Saturday we'll be in Darien. 1:30 p.m. start. We'll be on the Trumbull Eagle Network. And another handoff. No, he keeps it. Throws it to a receiver that falls incomplete for Ludlowe. So 3rd and about 8 now. Long 8, we'll call it. So, yeah, so 1:30 next Saturday at Darien, one of the top 10 ranked teams in the state. They have been a powerhouse for quite a long time.
Yeah, I think either last year or 2 years ago, they had a commit to Georgia Tech. I think the guy, he was like a tall tight end to Georgia Tech. I don't know, that's crazy. We went over to Darien, and I'm like, oh, my God.
I remember when Drew Pine was in New Canaan, then he went and played at the University of Notre Dame. Trips right, 4 receiver set. Love drops back, looking, throws to his left side. It's off target, so it's going to fall incomplete and bring up 4th down. So I remember Drew Pine when he made it up to Notre Dame. Being a Notre Dame fan, I was watching the games, and I'm like, I broadcasted a few of his games, and now he's playing like big-time D1 ball.
It's interesting those last 2 plays have been passes instead of runs from Ludlowe.
Yeah, very good point.
Stop the clock on both of them being incomplete passes.
I see the Trumbull High seniors, whatever food is left over in the Germani's hut, they're trying to vend out in the stands here.
Looks like Josh Jacobs, 2026 president.
Oh, And it is a high punt by Ludlowe. Fair catch called at the 40-yard line. So Trumbull will get another shot at it with 4:26 remaining. I got to tell you, back a long time ago, when we would broadcast the games, or we would even, before we would broadcast the games, when we'd be working in the press box, at halftime, they always brought food and drinks over to us.
Oh,
but
wow.
It's been a long time since they've done that.
You gotta bring that tradition back, I think.
We should tell them. We'll run a commercial on 10 if they'll
Yeah.
feed us at the half.
One of my favorite teachers, Miss Colombo, she's working at the Snack Shack today.
And dropping back now is Dane for Trumbull. Throws to his left side. He has a receiver. Brought down right away. He's going to pick up a few yards. I think the only Trumbull High teacher still here that I had as a teacher a million years ago when I was a student here is Coach Bray.
Oh, yeah, I love Coach Bray.
I think he is the only, I think he's the last man left standing of all the teachers that I had.
Yeah, I had him for health last year. I see him all the time. He's a great coach, a great teacher.
2nd and 6. Isaac now throws to his left side, has a receiver for the first down. He's going to be brought down at the 45 of the Ludlowe side of the field. There were lots of teachers when I was here. Loved so many of the teachers I had at Trumbull High. My 4 years at Trumbull High had an absolute blast. I mean, heck, I'm back broadcasting the football games now. In addition to Coach Bray, I think one of my all-time teachers, one of the ones I respect the most, we used to call him Bio Bob. Bob Davis. Any of the old-timers listening, if you had Bio Bob for biology, he was just fun guy, and he made you work so hard, but I attribute much of my success in college to what he made me do to prepare me for college. Dane now rolls to his right side, has almost a receiver, but it is picked off, and Ludlow's going to return it back to the 46-yard line on their own side of the field, so that's going to put a dagger in Trumbull's hopes of trying to get another score. One of the other ones that stands out in my mind, Mr. Goldschmidt, who was the chemistry teacher. He looked like the guy back in like the 80s. There was the Dunkin' Donuts commercials when they would say time to make the donuts. He looked like the guy from the Dunkin' Donuts commercial, but not a knock on him. We loved him. He was a great, great teacher. Remember Mr. Mata, one of the Spanish teachers we had, loved him as well.
Yeah, there are definitely some great teachers here at Trumbull High. All right, 3:14 left in the game. Ludlow's got the ball back after a pick.
And it is a handoff up the middle. He's going to fight forward for a few yards. Love is still in there for Ludlowe. We see that a lot in high school, where even with a pretty decent lead, the coaches leave a lot of their starters in longer than you would see, in a college game at this point, 35-7 lead. You'd probably see some of the other guys come in, get a couple reps. But more and more in high school now, we tend to see the starters staying longer. Even when Trumbull had like Hunter Auguste, at quarterback, who was an absolutely phenomenal quarterback, when Trumbull would have some big leads, Coach P would keep him in pretty much right till the end of the game. Ludlowe now 2nd and 7, 2.5 minutes remaining. Another handoff up the middle. He's going to get a few more yards and fight forward. He's going to get enough for the first down.
That's got to keep the clock running, I believe.
Well, until they reset it.
Oh, yeah.
Until they reset the chains, and then it'll start moving.
There we go. Clock starts again.
Approaching 2 minutes.
Starting to get quite chilly here.
Yep. Hey, wait till we are back in a couple weeks for New Canaan.
Yep.
You got to put the layers on.
That or St. Joe's.
Yep.
Morning game. It's going to be cold.
Yep. Trips right, single receiver left, and it is a handoff up the middle again for Ludlowe. He's going to fight forward for a handful of yards. Well, if it is a absolutely frigid day for either the night game in New Canaan or the morning game here at the Rumble in Trumbull, we'll move into the press box.
Yeah.
Anytime if it's raining, if it's ridiculously cold, or even if it's really windy, because then it messes with your mics, we'll go into the press box. That way we can broadcast the game, because we can't have the equipment out here in bad weather, because we want to make sure we can bring the game to you.
But honestly, being out here with the fans around us, seeing it live, not through like a windowsill or whatever, I honestly like this a lot better.
We started doing this, I might have said this in one of the early games during COVID. We moved the broadcast from the press box out here, and we just realized we liked it. So we kept it out here.
All right.
Ludlowe takes a knee. .47 seconds, so there'll be one more snap and a knee by Ludlowe, and they're going to secure their victory and bring themselves to 5-1, as Trumbull's going to fall to 2-4, with a top 10 ranked team coming up next week in Darien. And there is the knee, and that's your ball game. 25 seconds left, but that's it. All right, Cece, wrap it up for us. Tell us your thoughts on another disappointing loss for Trumbull.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that, there was some problems at quarterback, especially with Caleb being out. But I think overall the offense just has to find a way to score. Like, I know Coach P was saying that in the coaches show, but if we don't put points up, obviously our defense did a great job in the first half. There's not much that we could do. So getting that going, and hopefully with Caleb being back and, him wanting to win and kind of get that revenge from not being there during senior night, I hope that they could be more successful on the offense side of the ball.
And not just the idea of getting points on the board, they just got to move the ball.
Yeah.
They're just so inconsistent on offense trying to move the ball. They just got to, passing game, running game, all around. Moving the ball and getting yards is the key, and it's going to be difficult next week against Darien, but hey, you never know. Trumbull's knocked off some big teams in the past. A couple years ago, they knocked off Southington, who was ranked number 1 in the entire state, beat them on the road. So you never know what's going to happen. All right, so next week, 1:30 kickoff at Darien High School as the Eagles take on the Blue Wave. We'll be on the air at around, let's say, 1:15 with the Week 7 episode of X's and Petracios. So final score, 35-7. Ludlowe takes down the Trumbull Eagles. For CC Ware, this is Jeff Alterman signing off on the Trumbull Eagle Network.